go but to learn to listen is one of the final teachings of the Toltec is when you totally begin to respect yourself from an impersonal point of view, when you're here to deliver your heaven and wherever we are, and many places where we are, they say that this is where hell exists. So when we make agreement with ourselves is when we are ready to give this information to hell, because heaven doesn't need heaven. Who needs heaven is hell. And wherever we go, when we feel this hell inside of us, we will take ourselves innocent. So that's one of the most beautiful teachings, because it's when it gives you the responsibility to take in your life, to really give yourself the freedom of whatever brings it. No matter what we learn, pain is pain, and we're never going to stop feeling, but we're going to be aware of what we're doing with feelings, and this is how we wake up from a dream. This is all about the peace of human it is, which concludes to a question at the end that we ask is, what kind of messenger are you? And this is where the beginning happens.
Wow. I can't tell you. Both books, I have them by my bedside, and I pick them up often. And another one that I pick up, The Mastery of Love. Let's talk a little bit about that book and where that comes from and how the agreements work in The Mastery of Love.
Well, Master of Love is a masterpiece of art. We can say a masterpiece of a relation. And like everything else, it begins with ourselves. And in order to have a perfect relationship, we need to have a perfect relationship with ourselves first. And that begins, of course, with love and respect, because love without respect will not live that long. With respect, love will keep growing and growing and growing. Then we need to relearn to love ourselves just the way we are, to accept ourselves just the way we are, without any expectation, without any obligation, just to be happy to be ourselves and not to pretend to be anything or anybody else, because the only thing that we can be is ourselves. We cannot be anybody else. We are programmed to be unique, and there's no one like us. It never was anybody like us. It never will be anyone like us. We are unique. When we understand that, we perhaps understand also that we all are winners. There are no losers. We all win. And we win the most important race that ever exists. If we just imagine a race, and that race is millions of spermatozoids, and only one will reach an ovum. Well, guess who reached the ovum? All of us. We all reached the ovum, and the reward was life. We all are alive. We all win. There are no losers. When we have that awareness, we can be so grateful that we win that race, that we are alive. And this is the reason why everybody is in this beautiful planet Earth, to be alive, to experience life, to accept ourselves just the way we are, to accept our own perfection. And we don't need to judge. That comes when we learn knowledge. Anyway, we only can give what we have. And if we have love, and if we have respect ourselves just because what we are, then we are able to love and respect everybody else.
It begins from within.
Yes, we always begin with ourselves. We are the half of the relationship. The other half is everything else outside of us. And we are only responsible for one half, our half. And the other half is responsible for their half. Then we will have a relationship with every person that we know, with every event that happens, with everything around us. We have a relationship, and that relationship will be also unique, because the way that you treat each one of your children is completely different. The way you treat your beloved, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, everybody else is completely different, because everything is action-reaction. Then according to the action will be the reaction, and that reaction becomes an action and will create another reaction. Then any kind of relationship that we have will be completely different, and every relationship will be perfect if we have the awareness to see that perfection. Now, when we go into a romantic relationship, we need to have awareness and get what we really want. Like, for example, if you like a dog, why you need to get a cat or a horse?
Right.
Then
yes.
If we have the awareness, we see the person the way they are, we either like it or don't like it. And according to that, that will be the kind of relationship that we will have with that person. We can have friends or not friends, just know the people, etc. But if it's what you like, if you feel that your hormones are reacting, you feel the attraction, then it's worth it to try and see if it's really what you want or not. But the key is to really perceive what it is and not what you want to perceive, because we have the tendency to lie to ourselves and try not to see what we don't like and to sacrifice ourselves in order to get what we believe we need, when the truth is that we really don't need anything. We don't need that anybody give us a favor to be with us. You know, what makes us happy is love coming out of us, not the love that comes from us. Of course, it's nice to receive love, but what really makes us happy is love coming out. And if we love everybody else the way we love ourselves, which is unconditionally, we don't have the need to control the people. We don't need to let them know how they have to behave, what to wear, what to say. You know, they live in their own life, in their own story, and they have the freedom to be themselves. Either you like it or you don't like it. But if you don't like it, you don't need to be with them. But if it's exactly what you like, you will enjoy every single moment that you are with that person. It's the same with your friends, with your brothers, your sisters, with your children, with your parents. We have that awareness. We no longer judge them, and we accept them just the way they are. And because they're responsible for their own creation, for their half of the relationship, it's up to them to be in peace with you or not. And if they try to control you, they try to tell you what to do, what not to do, if they become jealous, angry, what they really do is pushing you away. And it will depend on how much you respect yourself if you will stay in this kind of relationship or not. But what is so important is to have the awareness. The master of love is guiding you to that common sense to help you to be yourself, to be authentic, and not to pretend to be what you are not. Because usually when you meet a person, you try to create an image and present yourself in the way that you believe they will accept you.
Right.
No. If you present yourself just the way you are, they either like you or not. If they don't like you, you don't need to waste your time. Either they like you the way you are or not.
Or they don't.
Either way for you is a win-win situation. You don't need to beg for love.
Well, I just want you both to know it was such an honor to meet the both of you. And you can go to my webpage at hot923.com, keyword Josefa, and see the picture with Don Miguel and Don Jose and myself. And, you know, I wanted you to know, every Christmas I give these books out as Christmas presents. I like to give literature for Christmas, and these books are always on my list to give out at Christmas because I try very hard to practice what I'm learning, and I cannot wait to be able to go to another seminar with Don Miguel and Don Jose.
It's a pleasure to be with you, and it will be wonderful to meet you personally.
All right, Don Miguel and Don Jose, I look forward to seeing you both again very soon. We've got each other's emails now, so I'm going to plan on staying in touch with you. And please, Mi Casa es Su Casa, come back anytime. My microphone is your microphone. Whenever you feel that you have something that you would like to share, my audience is so receptive and learning. Our theme this year is that 2011 is the year of change, and we're trying to help people help themselves to make a better life for themselves. Thank you both so much for being with us this morning, and I really look forward to spending time with both of you again.
Yes,
Thank
looking
you.
so much
It's a
forward.
pleasure.
Love, I love.
I tell you, it was one of the most amazing experiences of my radio career, sitting and talking with Don Miguel and Don Jose, the author of The Four Agreements and the co-authors of The Fifth Agreement and the book The Mastery of Love. If you get a chance, pick them up. Stay close. There is more coming up on the Community Review, Hot 92.3.